Growing up, there's a good chance you wanted a pet of some sort, whether it be a rambunctious puppy, an energetic lizard, or even a goldfish. But unfortunately, not all of us are lucky enough to get the chance to grow up with a pet. I recently went through the very sad process of having to put my dog down. I had only known one dog for my entire life up until now, and let me tell you, that process was anything but easy. She was always super happy and super excited to see anybody. She absolutely adored anybody she came across, and she made even the worst days easier, she made the hard days easier. Having a dog gave me a super huge sense of companionship, and I considered that dog my best friend. No matter how cliche it sounds, she was definitely one of the closest friends I've ever had. I think adopting a pet is a great idea for that reason, because I want people to experience what it's like to grow such a close bond with an animal. Although it's very heart-wrenching to see them go after such a long time, it's definitely a learning experience, and it shows how much power they have over us. Having a pet for so long gave me enough experience to know what it's like to grow with an animal for that long, what it's like to know their own strengths and weaknesses like humans. And I want people to realize that they have so much power over us, and that's what I want to talk about in my speech today. Firstly, I want to talk about the pros and cons of having a pet, because although it's a very fun and great experience to have a pet, there's also going to be cons to learning how they work and learning what their strengths are and learning where they might mess up. Secondly, I want to explain how having a pet can actually be better for your mental health. And lastly, I will explain how you can connect with your pet and make a closer bond between you and that animal. Although owning a pet doesn't sound like a huge responsibility, like everything is good, there's going to be cons along with it, As said by healthforanimals.org, pets are a part of our everyday lives, and they provide us with companionship, but also with emotional support, and reduce our stress and make us more social. Although not everyone that wants a pet is able to have one. Maybe there's someone else in your house that is allergic to the pet, or you're not ready for the responsibility of owning a pet. Some of the cons to owning a pet is that with puppies or animals with fur, that fur can shed and cause messes quite often. Potty training a puppy is anything but easy, and you can find that out the hard way. Every pet's personality is different, just like people. They could be a completely mellow animal, as you might say, or they could be completely crazy, rambunctious, and energetic, and you may not be ready for that. Although, as said by the author of thatmutt.com, it's very simple to potty train a puppy, but that doesn't mean it's easy. She says, it's hard work. I had to take my little guy out literally 13 times a day, and that's every day for 42 days, before he seemed to finally catch on. Then again, I digress. Every animal is different. Although there's a chance that you are still desperate for a pet or companionship in that sense, there's a way you could help your community and get your daily animal fix. My solution is that you could work at your local animal shelter and help out the animals that may not get enough love every day because of the previous owners that they had. As said by ccspca.com, part of your job as a volunteer is that you work with animals so they can be adoptable, and that's exactly why. If you work with an animal and show it that not all people are bad and not all people will neglect them, that can help them grow closer to people. So when it comes down to it, working at your local animal shelter can benefit everybody in a way. It can help with your emotional stress and help support your emotions and your stresses. It can also help with your anxiety levels even. Like I said, although animals have pros and cons. Working with animals, though, helped me realize that all animals are different when I worked at the animal shelter myself. Something you have to realize is that every animal is different. The best thing for you to do is to give that animal enough love and show it that not all people are bad. And remember that you're bringing a new friend into your life, and no one can love you that much until the end.